let's talk about the daily scrum. So the daily scrum is going to be the meeting that you do the most. And that's because it's going to be the meeting inside of that scrum loop. So every single iteration, let's say your scrum is 14 days, that means there's going to be, let's say that these are all 14 ticks here. Every single day, you're going to have one of these meetings. The reason for these meetings is simple. It's a collaboration meeting to bring people back onto the same page, as well as to focus on our sprint goal. We want to make sure that the entire time we are trying to accomplish our sprint goal. Because of this, we need a meeting to make sure that we're not deviating. Imagine if the team never met. That would be bad. You might have team members going off in different directions, things aren't getting accomplished. So you need to make sure that you are meeting, that everything is going fine and people are working together. Also, you need to make sure that people are working the most efficiently they can. A lot of times, software engineers have a little bit of a problem I don't want to say like admitting that they need a little bit of help, but a lot of times there are people that want to solve problems. And because of this, they might not think that taking 5 to 6 days on a card is bad because they're trying to solve the problem. But there needs to be a meeting to show that they're taking a little while, and then the Scrum Master or the other dev team can step in and offer to help and speed them along and keep making things more efficient. So the meetings are good for these things as well. It sort of brings everything into the light. It brings us back into that transparency. And at the same time, it keeps everyone focused on our goal. It keeps everyone committed to the sprint goal and everyone moving forward. So with the Scrum Master's goal is going to keep the meeting going and in the time box. They're facilitating this meeting as well. They're going to make sure that everyone is here. And remember when we talked about this earlier, it's a round robin sort of thing where everyone is talking in ways that are with the team, and the Scrum Master is off on the side just facilitating. What does that mean? Well, let's say the Scrum Master decides that every day they're going to show up with a random list of people. So, you got a random list of people one day, and then the next day they're going to randomize it again, keep everyone on their toes so they don't know when they're going next. This helps keep people active and engaged in the meeting. Otherwise, if, for example, it was always, let's say, this. So always person 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, while person 1 through 4 are speaking, person F knows that they don't really have to pay attention, or it's easier to drift off because they don't have to speak anytime soon. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're bouncing around so that F never knows when they're going to go next. Suddenly, boom, they're up and they need to be ready and engaged in what was just talked about. So that's a good way to facilitate as a Scrum Master. Also, along with this, you have the idea of you're trying to figure out where you are in the sprint goal and what you need to keep moving towards that sprint goal. This means that the Scrum Master should be taking notes of the blockers and schedules times to remove those blockers. So, let's say person X is having this problem and they just can't figure it out. Well, the Scrum Master needs to step in and go, anyone know how to fix this, or anyone familiar in this area? And let's say that number Y is like, yeah, I'm a little familiar in that area. So, or I guess in this situation, we need another one. So this is our Scrum Master. So he's going to say, okay, great. I'm going to schedule us a meeting some point, maybe 3 o'clock, and we're going to talk about this and break through that barrier so that X can keep going. So that's what the Scrum Master is doing. They're taking notes, they're finding all the blockers, and they're trying to figure out how they're going to solve those blockers. They're going to get the people together that need to solve them and keep the team moving forward. So we don't have X stuck on the same card for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. They're not going to get left behind. They're going to be stuck on it maybe 2 days, and then we're going to get them the help they need so they can move on to the next card and keep the sprint moving. That is what very important part of the daily scrum. Now, how does a scrum actually operate? You want to keep it within 15 minutes. This is a hard limit. There's a reason it's usually called the daily stand-up. It's a daily scrum meeting, but a lot of times, most of the time, it's called the daily stand-up. And the reason being is that everyone should be standing up. There should be no one sitting down. Why? Because you're supposed to just walk in, not get comfortable, not get ready to, for a long meeting. You're supposed to come in, bring your laptop maybe, stand up, and then get ready to start talking. And then within 15 minutes, you're out. The meeting's done. So to keep this going, you need to make things really, really quick. The dev team is going to be answering questions. It's simple. what did we do yesterday? What are we doing today? What is in our way? So what did we do yesterday? I worked on X, Y, and Z card, or I completed this, this, and this. What are we doing today? I want to try to start on this and this. And if I finish that, I'll take a look at this. What is in our way? Nothing at the current moment. Or let's say yesterday, what'd you do? I did this, but I got blocked. What are we doing today? I'm going to continue trying to fix that block. And then what is on our way? Well, this block right here. And then this is not the time to solve the block. There's, like let's say the block is I can't figure out how to program the main screen properly. It keeps breaking on me. I keep trying over and over, and I just cannot find the right code. This does not turn into an hour discussion of how we fix that main screen. It's like the Scrum Master takes a quick note, like, oh, okay, so X is stuck on this, create meeting. And later on, they'll get just the people that need to fix it, and they'll do a little 30-minute meeting, and they'll get them unstuck. That way, the rest of the team can keep working, and no one is stuck in this meeting unnecessarily. So that's a very important part, is the what's in our way, what are the blockers? It's a quick list. You just describe a quick blocker, and then you move on. You don't need to solve it right then. You just need to sort of say what's in your way, and then you'll figure it out. The Scrum Master will help figure that out later by bringing the people together that can figure it out. That, though, is the daily stand-up or the daily Scrum meeting. It is a pretty simple meeting because it's quick, and this needs to be upheld. Otherwise, people are going to dread it. It needs to, start at 8 a.m. and be done by 8:15, that quick. You do not want to dread this meeting. Otherwise, people are going to stop coming, or they're going to delay them, and then the project's going to fall apart. You want to keep focused on that sprint goal, keep moving forward, and try to make the best sprint possible. The daily stand-up is how you do that.